Morning, everybody here on Monday. I have a wet, sleepy Monday here in Minnesota with rain and everything else going on outside here. What I wanted to capture for a topic today, we're in the last section of the key performance indicator section of the CPIM exam content manual, and we talk about the process effectiveness of sales and operations planning. Now, if you remember, S&OP is the 5-step process. First one being analysis of demand. And second step in the process is update into a new forecast. Third step in the process, updating our production plan. Fourth step in the process is to do a pre-S&OP get together and iron out all the trade-offs and bumps in the road and reconcile the plans and make sure we're on the same plan going forward. And then finally, the fifth step was with the executive meeting to bless the S&OP plan going forward. So when we think about KPIs, the question we ask would be, what would be those key measurements that tell us the process is working successfully? Could start out with people attending meetings. Are we getting through the agendas? Are we making it through successfully? But as importantly, when all said and done, as well, are we shipping more product because we're better matching supply and demand, less stockouts? Are we getting more out the door with less resources, perhaps? Could be another way that we could measure it. And the reason this all becomes important is because sales and operations planning is that process that ties supply side and demand side together and changes as demand and marketplace changes. Are we able to adapt and maneuver in response to changing situations out in the supply chain, which is a critical ability to be able to adapt nowadays. It also ties in with how well we collaborate with each other, how well we coordinate with each other, because excuse me, it's argued in the future if we can't do that, we're not going to be around. And that's going to be the impact of this whole conversation. Is those that figure it out got a shot at surviving and integrating other elements of their supply chain, so they can be more agile, more nimble, be able to handle synchronization, have visibility across the supply chain, because they're working on all these collaborative and coordinating and co-creation type activities. Companies that don't are going to struggle to grow, if not stagnate, and it's even argued they may disappear at the same time. So think about process metrics, both for S&OP as an outcome measurement, the process itself. Is it positioning us? What are the measures that position us for the future well? What are the ones that are measurements that are telling us our health today, as well as those measurements that say, hey, we did perform well last month.